The U.S. China trade war has been going on since 2018 and has had a significant impact on both countries. The trade war was triggered by a number of factors, including differences in economic policies, unfair trade practices, and intellectual property rights. In this video, we will discuss the 5 main root causes of the U.S. China trade war in 2023. We will look at how these problems have contributed to the trade war and how they could impact the global economy. Here are the 5 main root causes of the U.S. China trade war in 2023. Root cause 1. Exchange rate. One of the main root causes of the trade war between the United States and China is the exchange rate. China has maintained a low yuan exchange rate against the US dollar for years. This makes Chinese products cheaper in the global market and makes American products more expensive. As you can see, the yuan exchange rate against the US dollar has fallen steadily since 1994. In 1994, 1 yuan was worth 8.62 US dollars. By 2023, the exchange rate had fallen to 6 yuan and 99 fen per US dollar. This represents a decline of more than 50%. Root cause 2. Government subsidies. China also provides large subsidies to its companies. This makes Chinese companies able to compete with American companies that did not receive government subsidies. As you can see, China provides significantly more subsidies to its companies than other countries. In 2018, China provided $500 billion in subsidies, which is more than the combined total of the United States and the European Union. The average subsidies per capita in China is also much higher than in other countries in China. The average person receives $370 in subsidies per year, while in the United States and the European Union, the average person receives $70 in $100 per year, respectively. Root cause 3. Intellectual property rights. China also has problems with intellectual property rights (IPR). China is often accused of stealing technology from American companies. This makes American companies lose profits and makes them unable to invest in China. According to data from the United States Chamber of Commerce, China is the world's least compliant country with IPR. In 2018, China lost $600 billion due to IPR theft. Here is the table. Data from the United States Chamber of Commerce on IPR compliance and theft losses in 2018. The average IPR compliance score for the 5 countries is 0.64, which means that they are generally compliant with IPR laws. However, China has a much lower compliance score of 0.2, which indicates that it is the least compliant country with IPR. This is likely due to the fact that China has a long history of counterfeiting and intellectual property theft. China also had the highest IPR theft losses in 2018, at $600 billion. This is a significant amount of money, and it is a major burden on the Chinese economy. The IPR theft also hurts innovation and economic growth in China, as it discourages companies from investing in research and development. Root cause 4. Business practices. China also has problems with its business practices. China is often accused of using unfair business practices, such as subsidies dumping and forced technology transfer. This makes American companies unable to compete with Chinese companies in the global market. According to data from the United States Trade Representative, China has committed 1,300 trade violations since 2017. These violations have cost American companies $200 billion. The table shows that China has committed a significant number of trade violations since 2017, with the total number of violations reaching 1,300. These violations have had a major cost to American companies, totaling $200 billion. The number of violations has increased each year since 2017, with the most violations occurring in 2018 and 2020. The cost to American companies has also increased each year, with the most costly year being 2018. The most common types of trade violations committed by China include intellectual property theft, forced technology transfer, subsidies to state-owned enterprises, tariffs and other barriers to trade. Root cause 5. Politics. The trade war between the United States and China is also triggered by political factors. The United States is concerned about China's rapid economic growth. The United States is concerned that China will become a larger economic power than the United States in the future. As you can see, China's GDP is projected to grow faster than that of the United States over the next 5 years. This means China is on track to become the world's largest economy by 2028 conclusion. The trade war between the United States and China is a complex issue. This trade war not only affects the economies of both countries, but also affects global politics and security. This trade war needs to be resolved in a peaceful and win-win way for both countries. Thank you for watching this video.